So, Christmas Duck. Christmas Duck. Hi, I'm Steve Gaynor. I'm the co-founder of the Full...
Hello, my name is Kate Craig, and I was...
Oh man, mom handwriting. We went through a lot of different moms for handwriting.
Hi, I'm Chris Remo.
Hi, this is Corin Tucker from Heavens to Betsy. And Heavens to Betsy was a band.
So here's one of Dad's pulpy.
One of our...
The doors were actually one of the hardest things in the game to get working correctly, and
Here we have Fresh Magazine, which is...
Inside of this file folder, you find the first combination code in the game. This code goes to Dad's locked filing cabinet, and it's 0451.
So these are all the VHS tapes, or most of them, in the house.
My name is Sarah Grayson, and I do the voice of Sam Greenbrier in Gone Home. Currently based out of Portland, Oregon.
Most of the bookshelves in the house are...
Sam's story slash school assignment called The Menstruals.
I feel like one of the best bits of advice was actually from the Fulbright team before going in to do the first recording. And it was...
Composing the ambient exploration tracks definitely ended up being the weirdest part of creating music for Gone Home.
One of the larger assets that we needed for the basement to really give it character and personality was...
Oh man, this thing.
So two things. One, so there's this little...
You know, there was kind of this intellectual...
putback is the feature that I'm happiest with in the game. It actually came about as sort of a little bit of an accident. Playtesters had told us they didn't want to feel like some kind of horrible person rummaging around this house and tossing everything on the floor.
The music for Gone Home was mainly composed over two separate periods, roughly a year.
Fanzines, I mean, that's one of the things that we started doing right away, was doing these
So earlier in...
All of the sliding doors that you see in the game.
You know, it's really about the ideals that we were trying to get across in our music, you know.
When you put out any sort of content...
For a long time, the kitchen was not going to be mid-renovation the way that it is. And it's one of those things that I think...
So that...
I'd already played through the first full half of Gone Home before I started composing any music, which was really important to understand how the game...
Really early on, we didn't really give Kate very specific direction for this. So you want to talk about this fucking jazz mug?
Nobody wants to talk about the jazz mug.
Well,
It's
except
the
for
worst.
Carla.
I hate it. It's the worst.
that was such a common theme
Yeah.
when we were like approving assets or making stuff visually for Gone Home. Is just like, oh my catalog
Like,
we
yeah,
bought,
that's
and it's just
true.
like there's
We
so
just
many
feel like,
fucking
oh,
ruffles on it. I want to puke, like the wicker furniture. And
Definitely the second half was where a lot more of the emotional weight in the character came out, and that was a lot to handle, but a lot of fun to do too, because I've really not gotten to do a character that actually was so, I guess, emotionally real and so human. You know, you're not doing some commercial selling you thing, or not doing some sort of sci-fi fantasy world sort of story. It was very realistic.
The fact that there are speedruns for our game makes me really happy, and the fact that, you know, that the any percent speedrun, the biggest purpose of the...
Hello, my name is Kate Craig, and I was creating a lot of the environment assets for the game. Not all of them, some...
We never really discussed the idea of individual...
I had seen Bikini Kill and Bratmobile play their first show.
Around here... So these are...
What?
Mom and Dad are much more actively religious.
Yeah, I ended up being pretty happy.
I was. Barf Burger is enjoyed by all. A lot of Gone.
I mean, I've always, one of the most comforting things.
The boxes of tampons that you can find in the washrooms around the house, they weren't originally on the list of items that needed to be modeled, but when you're creating a bathroom,
The life cycle of the condom.
That's not.
One of my favorite things that came out during development was someone wrote an email.
another board game.
So there's a lot less density in the house than there would be in a real house. Like if you look around your house, there's just junk piled everywhere. Probably.
Maybe
like
it's just our house.
I think it's most house.
Oh, you're right.
But almost none of the events, the little events in the game.
Exciting for a young person today just to get that moment of discovery and to listen to our music. I mean, I think it's great.
Okay, the Wildfire book. Oh man, look at this thing. Yeah, I this was another one of those situations in which I totally felt like a weird creepo when I was doing research, and there was a lot of.
You want to talk about a place for Christmas duck?
This is where Christmas duck goes.
Oh.
I think
It's one of those things where we had always wanted to